another video. Today I am with my mom and my dad, and this is my dad Gary. And he is going to be doing a video on how to make his famous seitan roast. People have been asking for the recipe, so here's how he does it.
Well, there's a few different ways to make seitan. If you read up on it, you can make it in a stovetop. You can make it in a slow cooker. I happen to like it cooked in an oven or an air fryer. When I get done, it comes out like a slab of roast beef, looks like roast beef, and then you can marinate it any way you'd like after it's done. And to me, I like it firm and with flat pieces like you could buy in a package in a grocery store. So that's what we're going to be making today. So the first thing you got to start out with is the main ingredient in seitan is vital wheat gluten. You can find it in any store basically. It's pretty popular nowadays. And all it is a flour. So we're going to use a whole bag of this stuff.
How many ounces is that bag?
This is a 10-ounce bag.
10 ounces.
So we're going to pour it into a mixing bowl. I like to use about 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour just to give it a little bit more bulk. Just 1/4 cup is all. Sorry, Jeannette. And about a tablespoon of garlic powder, or 50 tablespoons like I like to use. There. And we use about 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast, which is a popular vegan supplement. There's plenty of vitamins and minerals in this.
It gives it a nice, some people think it gives things a little bit of a cheesy flavor. It's not the same thing as baking yeast. It's much, much different. It's called nutritional yeast and it's yellow flakes.
And the thing about the vital wheat gluten is that it's really something that doesn't mix well with it. It might bind certain materials together or use it as a thickening agent, but it won't bind with anything. It's funky stuff. I tried to put some lentils in there one time to make it a little bit meatier, and when I cooked it, all the lentils fell out and all I had was some seitan Swiss cheese. So we'll mix our dry ingredients up. Very simple. And now we're going to be ready for our wet ingredients. What I like to do is I take my Vitamix or blender, and I like to use a jar of roasted red peppers. Pour those in the blender. Now you're going to need 2 cups of liquid. So usually the red peppers does the trick, but if not, you can add some water.
Just used a jar of these.
And sometimes I use, you can use a can of vegan tomato soup, or I like roasted red pepper McDougal soup, just to add to to get your 2 cups of liquid. But we're going to just try the roasted red peppers, and what that does is it gives it a little bit of a reddish tint. It almost looks like roast beef, rare roast beef when you take it out. So otherwise it just looks like a blah brown. But so I'm going to mix this up. That should do it. And that's what it looks like. It's now we're going to we've incorporated all of our dry ingredients, so now we're going to add some 2 cups of liquid to it. Just pour it right in. And I don't have quite the 2 cups, I'm just going to use water.
Uno momento.
I'm going to add a little bit of 3 tablespoons of liquid aminos. And again, this is supposed to flavor it a little bit, but it probably doesn't. And a little bit of lemon. You can add as much as you want. Now that's it. Now we're just going to mix it. If you happen to add a little bit too much liquid, just take a little bit more of your whole wheat flour and mix it in. The thing about seitan is, I like when it's done, I like to cut it into very thin strips, at least half the roast. And I marinate it in my barbecue sauce. You can marinate it in garlic or honey or ginger or whatever your pleasure. And then I save about half of it. I cut it into half-inch steaks and I freeze it. And I use it for unthawed. You can use it for sandwiches. You can use it for like a breakfast ham.
Yep.
You can use it for basically anything. Okay, now we got a big clump of bread dough. And we're going to knead it for about a couple of minutes. I tell my granddaughter when she helps me make this, and we make brain sausage because it looks like a brain when you take it out. And knead away, knead away, knead away me. I don't know where that song came from, but I'm never going to sing it again. If you cook it in a slow cooker with this will blow up about the size of a football, but it's very, very, it's less dense than, it's good, but I happen to like it more dense, like I said, more like so you can cut it into sandwich meat or a plate of roast beef with vegan gravy on it. Delicious. Mushrooms, asparagus, potatoes.
I've made this in a slow cooker with liquid before and it comes out kind of spongy. Is that what you found?
Yes.
Whereas if you bake it in an air fryer or a regular oven, this comes out much more dense, a lot more like the consistency of, say, like salami or
Summer
lunch
sausage
meat.
almost.
Summer sausage, yeah. Oh, it's a nice orange color.
And it kind of looks a little bit more appetizing, I think. Green sausage is almost ready to go. I like to make it into a roll just about this big. So now, now that we've done this, very simple. I mean, you can knead it as long as you want to, but I think we're done with this. Now I'm going to roll it in some parchment paper first. And then we'll roll it in some tin foil.
You need tin foil?
And then we don't want the food to touch the aluminum foil. Just roll it.
We just don't like our foods to touch aluminum anymore because of the evidence that's pointing to aluminum contributing to Alzheimer's.
And you don't have to leave a little pocket or put any water on this. It just cook it. Now I'm going to use an air fryer. I'm going to cook it on 350 for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. If you're cooking it in an oven, you can probably cook it at a little bit higher temperature for the same amount of time, or 350 for a little bit longer.
I think I've done 325 for 90 minutes before. I think it was 325.
So we're going to cook this up right now, and then we're going to come back and show you what it looks like.
So there's the air fryer. All right. Just puts it right in there.
You're going to have to cook it 30 minutes and then take it out and cook it another 20. And there we go. Okay, our seitan is done cooking. And I'm going to unwrap it now. One thing when I'm cooking, I like to have a Molson's vegan ale, ice cold. They may not have vegan ale, but regular ale is just as good. If you like to drink your vegetables, this is what I like to drink when I'm having vegetables. So let's open up our seitan, see what it looks like.
Wow, look at that.
And here it is. So,
ooh, it gets brown.
what I like to do is I usually put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then it's a little easier to slice up. But I'm gonna cut it in half just to show you what it looks like.
Just be careful, because that cutting board sucks. It moves all over the place.
All right, so
Look
there's
at
there's our.
that looks really good.
So.
Yeah.
And it's firm. It's not spongy. And then when you
You're done?
I take half of this. Like I said, it's easier to cut when it's cold, and then I throw it in some marinade. I like barbecue sauce and some garlic, and you can do however you'd like it. And then I cut some into half-inch slices, and I use that I freeze it, use it for breakfast sausage or ham.
Cool.
Put some vegan cheese sauce over it with some asparagus, maybe some sauerkraut.
Excellent.
Yummy.
Can I try some?
Yes, and then have one of these. Okay, let's see if I can.
Please don't cut yourself.
This is hot.
Yeah, I know.
It's hot, 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 hot. Okay, this is fresh out of the fryer, so
Ooh.
try it.
Ow, 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 hot, hot, ho. It's really good.
So
Really good. So you're gonna marinate that.
the slices I'm going to marinate when I cut them. I usually put them in a lock and locks container with my marinade. Just mix it all around, shake it, and it coats it all. We put it back in the refrigerator, and it's delicious sandwiches. Delicious with mashed potatoes.
It's really good.
So that's my version of seitan.
Well, thanks for making it.
Try it, and enjoy, and enjoy one of these too.
Thank you. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.